Atin po lamang gambalain po ang busy schedule ni Dr. Ernesto Pernia, ang dati pong Socio-Economic Planning Secretary, and of course siya po ay Professor Emeritus ng UP School of Economics. Professor, magandang umaga po. How are you?
Magandang umaga rin, Ted.
Opo. How are you, sir? Kumusta po kayo?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Opo, thank you. Thank you for your time.
How about yourself?
Ito po, the same handicap. Kayo po.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, sir, professor, dati po kasi nung during your time pumalo sa 53 hanggang 53.50 ang exchange rate. And then you mentioned before, I remember, na as long as it does not go beyond itong rate na iyon, okay pa tayo. Pero po as of yesterday ay 58 na po ang naging palitan kahapon. 58.99, meaning 59 na po.
That's right.
Opo. Meron na ba tayong problema dito po, Professor?
Well, ang problema dyan, Ted, ay importation will be expensive. Our imports will be expensive. On the other hand, our exports will be attractive. Kasi mas mura na yung exports natin. But when we import, we have to import using foreign currency, US dollar. And that is when we have to pay more US dollar for our import. So those are the two sides of the dilemma.
Pero po nakatilt more on sa problem ng ating pong importation kasi napakarami yun. Maliban po sa coal, di ba, fuel.
Yeah.
Opo. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, we import a lot more than we export. That's why we have a huge trade deficit. We are importing more than we are exporting. So the fact that we are importing more and our currency has depreciated, then it's going to be quite expensive. Our imports will be quite expensive, and that will hurt consumers. Especially because we import a lot of our food items.
The effect on this on our current inflation, Professor?
Inflation, well, that will impact on our inflation. That will feed into inflation. Yeah, because prices on goods and services, on goods imported are going to be higher prices. So that will influence our inflation rate, overall inflation rate, which is already quite high. It's already 6.3%, I think, or something. Our inflation rate. Yeah.
Opo. So, Professor, gumawa na po ng hakbang, nagtaas na rin po ng interest rates ang Bangko Sentral. Sa ngayon ho ba, is there a way to arrest this free fall of the peso?
Well, the way to arrest the fall of the peso is to increase interest rates, what we call policy rates ng central bank. And the reason why our peso is softening, it's getting softer, is because the US dollar is getting stronger. And the US dollar is getting stronger because the Federal Reserve Board, has been raising interest rates. Like the last time the Fed increased policy rates, US was 75 basis points. Okay, and we only increased by 50 basis points. So I think our central bank may increase our next policy rate by 75 basis points also, to be able to match the increase in Federal Reserve Board interest rates in the US.
Pero ito hong nangyayari nga ng mga pag-adjust sa ating policy rates na ito, sir, parang wala naman naging epekto ho, ni walang dente kasi 59 na eh. And meron nga pong prediksyon pa ang iba na baka pumalo ito ng 60 to 65 pesos.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we had not, if our central bank were not, raising interest rates, it would have been, we have already gone beyond 60. So what the central bank has been able to do was to slow the depreciation of the peso. That's all it has been able to do, because mas malaki yung the Fed is increasing policy rates higher than we are increasing our own policy rates.
Oo nga po, pero kung kayo po, Prof, kayo po sir, Sec, kung kayo ho ang isa sa mga magdidesisyon sa isyong ito, ano po ang gagawin nyo?
Well, yeah, it's a very difficult decision, and the problem is we raise interest rates. Well, we try to raise interest rates, but that also hurts. That also hurts investors and consumers that have to borrow money. So the thing to do is, we just have to follow what the other countries are doing, because we are an open economy. We are an open economy. Hindi tayo closed economy. We are subjected to the gyrations of currencies in other countries.
So,
Especially the US, no?
Opo. So, kung kayo po ang ang isa nga po sa kumbaga magdedesisyon sa puntong ito, no? Ano po ang hahayaan na lang po natin tong free fall na to and let the factors reign?
Well, we just have to probably catch up with the policy rate increases of the US dollar. That is the best we can do. At the same time, we really have to do something about our agricultural productivity, so that we don't import so much. We don't import so much. We have been neglecting our agriculture. That's the problem.
Well,
and we have a huge population. That's the other problem.
But we cannot do that agriculture thing in overnight, no? As you know, magmula po nung panahon pa ho ni Pangulong Duterte, if you know, yung sa PSA na lang, sa kanila pong study, talaga pong ang ating imports sa agriculture, even for example lang po, bawang, 92% na ho ang ating importation, 7% lang ang ating pong production. Mga ganun pong problema na napakalaki-laki na hindi natin kaya tugunan ng overnight.
No, kasi we really have we have not been doing. I mean, at the start of the administration or even before, we should already have done something about improving our agricultural productivity. Rice, corn, sugar, and then bawang and other basic what we call mga basic commodities for our food production.
Opo.
Yeah.
Sige po. So sir, lastly, kapag ho ito pumalo, wag naman po sanang umabot ito ng 65 pesos. What's the worst scenario po kaya? I hope you don't mind me asking. Hindi naman siguro darating to 65, because I think the Fed, after raising interest rates by 75 basis points, they might begin to taper it to maybe 50 basis points and then 25 basis points, that kind of thing. Because I think it is already having some effect on inflation. Okay. Kung hindi po aabot ng 65, do you think po, just like before during your time, nag-53 yan, pero bumalik po ng 50? Actually, nag-51.
It can go back naman, Ted.
Eventually?
Yeah, it can go back. It can slowly go back, depending on what we do with our imports, what we do with our inflation, and other things.
Okay. So we have to save on our dollars, kumbaga.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Opo. Sige po. So, sir, salamat sa inyong panahon. What's keeping you busy po, Professor, these days?
I'm doing writing and I'm teaching one course in UP. Isang course lang in economics.
Mhm.
And so that's what I'm doing, and doing a lot of reading and giving seminars and webinars. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know, sir. And thank you for granting this interview po, Professor. Salamat na marami and good luck, sir. Salamat po.
Thank you, Ted. Thank
Opo.
you very much.
Thank you. Si former NEDA Secretary Ernesto Pernia.
Ted Filon at DJ Chacha. Ngayon, nasa Radyo 5, 92.3 News FM. Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 a.m.